Alright, so this is assignment 3. For this assignment, we're going to make a character shape. So I've written out my story. I know I'm doing a character that's a vampire, mouse, older, 40s, red cape, tattered, sunglasses, narrow shoulders, wide hips, white gloves, 4 heads tall. So I have my reference material. I saved it into my reference folder, and I have my style material that saved too. So I'm just going to bring up my reference. Should have about 10 images in there. Alright, so I've got my reference. So now I'm going to make a Photoshop file. A Photoshop file. I am going to make .800 by 1200. It's just sort of a good size. It's not going to take up too much space. It's big enough. Okay. Then I'm going to title this. Come on, you slow computer. Call him Sleazy. No, I'll call him, yeah. I'll call him a mouse. Vampire mouse. Alright, so vampire mouse. Put that up here. The reason I do that is because I want, when I draw this, I'm just going to make a silhouette. And I want that silhouette to read as what I am intending it to be. When I show it to somebody else who's never seen it before, just from the silhouette, they should be able to gather that this is a vampire and a mouse. So in order to do that, I have to look at my reference images and make sure to put in some things that are going to indicate that he is those things. If you can get the silhouette right, I believe, you're pretty much good. You know, once you have a silhouette that works, like, that's all you really need. The rest is kind of easier from there. But if you don't have a silhouette, you're really relying a lot more on line and a lot of other variables that are easier to screw up. I like silhouette because it's just an easy way to sort of make a universally understood image. You know, a kid's gonna understand it, anybody's gonna understand it. You can't really screw it up if you have the silhouette down good. Okay, so I'm just gonna make a front view silhouette. I don't want to have any perspective. It's gonna be sort of like a just a model sheet. So there's no perspective. Everything's completely front view, flat, arms outside, T-pose. I don't know what the hell that is. All right. So city's about 4 heads tall. Gotta make sure my opacity is high. Make sure my brush is the right edge size. Alright, so pretty basic. I mean, I am not going for anything here that is super complicated. Anything that anyone else can do. You might be a great artist and can do something that just is so much better than this, and that's fine. I hope you do. I, however, just want to do something simple so I can get done with this in less than 10 minutes and go home. It has been a really long day, and it is now late. I've been here since 5 in the morning. Not that I don't love drawing, I do love drawing, but I'm pretty tired. It's time to go home after this. Okay, so mouse is... So what's mouse? What's going to make this guy look like a mouse? Okay, so obviously big ears. Alright, so I don't really like this cape being like that. I'm going to make him a little bit different. I'm going to make him be like that. And remember the thing I said about not copying. It's really important to not copy. Just kind of put the things where you want to put them, but don't do it exactly like your reference. To me, that doesn't really look totally good yet. It doesn't look like a mouse to me. I think put in a little more detail. Well, I'm going to make him a little bit skinnier. And I think I'm going to give him 4 fingers. Alright. I don't know, he kind of looks like Kermit the Frog or something, but try to get it right a little bit more. And then he needs some kind of cape. Some kind of cape, okay. Get it right about there. Alright, I think that basically works. I mean, if I showed that to somebody and I asked them, what is that? I think a lot of people might say vampire mouse. What else can I do to make it look more mouse-like? I don't know, maybe some hair? I think that basically works. I mean, it's not like the best drawing in the world, but I think it basically works. So what I'm going to do now is, rather than try to make the other side completely the same, I'm just going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to take this, I'm going to hit, actually, one thing I'm going to do really quick is I am going to adjust the hand, make it a little bit shorter, and actually I kind of like it there. I'm going to just adjust the whole hand a little bit, whole arm, just make it right there. I like that. I think that looks more vampire-like. Right. Alright, I'm pretty satisfied with that now. Okay, so then I'm gonna take this half and hit edit, copy, let's try that again. Edit, copy, edit, paste. I'm going to take this version, edit, transform, flip horizontally, and then, okay, I think that basically works. I'm going to hit the layers window, which was on, and now I just turned it off. Good job, Sean. Alright, I'm going to take that, I'm going to merge that with that. Merge layers. Okay, vampire mouse, there it is. Done. So once I finished that, I would show it to a couple of people to my left and right, and I would say, hey, does that look like a vampire mouse? And if they said, not really, I'd ask them, well, how can I make it look more like a vampire mouse? And I'd ask for some feedback. They'd give me some suggestions, like, I don't know, that looks kind of like a dress. Maybe you should make it look more like a cape. So I'd probably get some more cape images from Google Image, and I'd probably work on the cape a little bit more to make it look more like a cape. If both people I asked said it really looks like a dress and not like a cape, then I'd definitely have to work on it a lot more. So just ask a person to your left and right, you know, does this look like what I'm going for, vampire mouse? And if not, how can I make it look more so? You know, how can I make it look more mouse-like? How can I make it look more vampire-like? Okay, so once you're done, hit Save As, and save it as a JPEG. Save it into your SkyDrive, folder, and put it into the folder with your name on it, and just call it character. Actually, I'm sorry, just call it shape.jpg. Make sure it's a JPEG and not a PSD. Just hit save, and that's it. You're done. Good job. On to the next one.